Finding your ideal home is a personal process and discovery. And here at the Property Show, from the comfort of a bus, we take you to ideal investment options you can put your money on. Today, we highlight hand-picked developments along Kiambu Road, a designated blue zone area captured in our just concluded signature bus tour, and interact with legal professionals as well as home loan specialists ready to walk us through the journey.
This is our second bus tour within the year, and it has been amazing, very successful, and we've had a great turnout, amazing number of people attending this bus tour.
I've seen so much good properties and admirable.
On the accessory spot, we get tips on creating ideal balconies. On the home ownership front, it's personal. I started this journey with Janice, and we'll hear how it unfolded.
Don't buy something that you can't afford, because then you get stressed.
Join this exciting conversation and interact with us on our social media handles. As always, there is something for everyone. Home ownership can be very exciting, but before embarking on this journey, it's prudent to carefully consider the legal and payment process as well as the location. Today, we explore developments captured at our just concluded signature bus tour on Kiambu Road, a certified blue zone area, well connected with infrastructure, quality schools, as well as a host of other amenities ideal for modern family living. Let's see how our day kicked off.
Welcome to the Property Show bus tour. Today we are going to the Ruaka area and Kiambu Road. Of course, we all know Ruaka is one of the growing towns in Kenya. But before I go there, I want you to know that if you're looking for a house or an investment in real estate and you don't find it today, at the Property Show, we are willing to take you further. We can still arrange for a private viewing for you at another time which is convenient for you. On the bus tour, what will you get? First, I'm sure you've enjoyed your breakfast. You will also get to see all the properties that are ideal, the ones we feel has been most sought after. Because people ask us, how did you pick those properties? Those are the properties, if we've aired or we've shown it on the social media, on our Facebook platforms, these are the properties that many people ask questions on. So we realize these are the properties people are looking for. Secondly, you will get to hear from the lawyers all the questions that you need to understand from the lawyer's perspective. Our lawyers will be at hand. We work with MMC Africa. These are people I have worked with for many years, even when I used to work in the bank. And they are seasoned and they understand real estate. This bus tour is also put together by Barclays Bank. Barclays Bank has an offer and they'll be talking to you about their offer. But in the bus tour, you'll also meet our team, the First Avenue and Property Show team, and you'll also have a one-on-one with the developers. If there's something you didn't like, feel free to tell us. There'll be a questionnaire. Fill that questionnaire. Should you want us to keep inviting you, let us know. Should you want a specific property? Do you want a plot to build a house? Or do you want help to get professional team? Let us know on that form.
MMC has been in business for 24 years and we have a great focus in real estate and property, and we will be glad to help you in answering all the questions that you have concerning real estate and property.
We have a lot in store for you. We're going to visit quite a number of properties, and we're very glad and we really appreciate your presence with us. Along ourselves, we'll also have home loan specialists. These are specialists who will take you through the process. We'll also let you know how much you qualify for and what are the requirements and what kind of property is suitable for each one of you.
Our first stop on the Kiambu Road bus tour took us to Kanani Homes, a development that fits the profile for those looking for an ideal home as well as an investment. This project offers a convenient lifestyle with a host of diverse amenities at your doorstep. Let's find out more about this beautiful project.
Kanani Homes is a project of 2-bedroom apartments. We'll be having 3 blocks of apartments. The first block will have 14 units, third block 14 units, second block 14 units. First block and the second block will be 88 square meters. Third block will be 100 square meters. In terms of amenities, we have tried as much as we can to offer the best amenities around. We'll be having a swimming pool. We'll be having a king spray area at the third block. We have a borehole that is done already, and we have underground water tanks. We'll have overhead water tanks, so it's not going to be a problem in terms of water. We have a lift in each and every block. First block, the third block, and the second block. We just have 2 units per block, so that means the lift is just going to be servicing just 14 people per block. We also have a rooftop functional terrace. It's a place where people can hold events. If you have an event and you want to hold it around this amenity, you can just go to the rooftop. We'll have functional rooms there, so you don't have to worry. We have a backup generator for common areas, so the lift, the electric fence, the lights will all be good. In terms of rentals, somebody wants to buy and then invest later, we are looking at a rent of 40 to 45,000 per month. That means they'll have basically a rate of return of around 5% per annum.
The amenities include spacious lounge complemented by American-style kitchen, spacious utility area, master ensuite bedroom with a spacious balcony, inbuilt fitted wardrobes, lobby area servicing 2 units per floor.
Next, we head off to a quiet neighborhood in the Digwa. This 3-bedroom apartment comes with spacious rooms, balcony, as well as high-end finishes. It also comes with an extra room which can be rented for extra income.
Santhi Heights apartments are a modern development for today's living. This development is perfectly located in a quiet neighborhood in the Digwa off Kiambu Road, consisting of 18 units of spacious 3-bedroom, master ensuite executive apartments with a studio. These secure, affordable homes have excellent amenities, giving your family comfort and convenience. Accommodation features include spacious, airy lounge with large windows to maximize flow of natural light. Dining area overlooks the large open-plan concept kitchen, fully fitted with cabinets for sufficient storage. Spacious ensuite master bedroom, fitted with closets and a bathroom area which features shower cubicle, WC, and with cabinets for storage purposes. The first and second bedroom are also spacious and are fitted with closets for storage purposes. Self-contained studio and utility area with an independent entrance. The balcony offers views of the area.
Next, we catch up with a participant who came looking for thought-provoking insights on the bus tour.
I decided to attend the bus tour because of one thing. I wanted to know much about the property show, and also I wanted to learn much about the development, because every person thinks and plans to aspire to develop. Also want to invest. I've seen so much good properties and admirable. I could advise every Kenyans who want to develop, first of all, to consult the property group company and also the bankers, special to mortgages and development.
When you think of amenities, it's all covered in our next development. From spacious lifts, adequate parking, gym, steam and sauna, plus much more. I must say, Dainty Apartments is an ideal investment. It comes with ready tenants as a bonus. Let's listen in.
Dainty Apartments is a modern residential development located in the Digwa Estate, Kiambu County, approximately 80 meters off Kiambu Road and 10 kilometers from the CBD. It comprises of 48 units of 2-bedroom apartments measuring 93 square meters and 24 units of 3-bedroom apartments measuring 108 square meters and is dubbed as your apartment of choice. Accommodation includes spacious living room cum dining with a balcony, open plan kitchen fitted with MDF cabinets with granite countertops, fine interior finishes and sanitary ware, ceramic tile floors, master bedroom ensuite, common washroom and WC. Amenities include high-speed lifts, children's playing area, gym, sauna and steam baths, parking, perimeter wall and 24-hour security, and backup generator.
Another interesting project we visited along the Digwa is a 3-bedroom apartment with a swimming pool, gym and barbecue terrace. Let's find out more.
The Digwa Gardens is a development nestled in a serene neighborhood located 500 meters from Kiambu Road, approximately 1 kilometer from Kiambu town and 20 minutes drive to Nairobi CBD. Accommodation includes spacious lounge opening to a balcony, dining area, modern kitchen with granite tops, visitor's cloakroom, master ensuite, inbuilt wardrobes in all bedrooms, large sliding windows providing sufficient light, and tiled floors. Amenities include gym and sauna, solar water heating, ample parking, standby generator, children play park, swimming pool, barbecue pergola terrace, lift, stairs and ramps, supplementary borehole water, rooftop lounge, CCTV, and alarm system.
Next, a participant's take on the day and if she finally found her ideal home.
I've been watching Property Show on TV, and when the opportunity came, I said, why not? Because it's also in tandem with my personal plans. One big lesson I've learned, it's very, very important to take time to go and view a few homes. They give you an idea One of the things I've also observed is that there's a significant change in terms of home designs. I mean, they are so modern and very impressive despite the location. That is something that has really caught my eye. Coincidentally, 3 out of 4 for me were winners. The second one was Osamito's Homely. I loved it, I loved it, I loved it. Then, of course, the third one of the things I really liked was the balcony. And I wish all developers would have that in mind, that what the balcony makes you feel is a place to unwind, refresh, get a better view of your location where you are. I think I really like that about that particular property. Edan Ville, for me, this is it. I think it's what I'm looking for in terms of space, design, privacy, accessibility. There are so many rights about it that it's in line with what I'm looking for. I think I would be eager just to now work around when do I get started, what is the process like, because I think for me, my family, 2019, this is it. It's just the year to take that move and do what we need to do for ourselves. I happen to sit with someone from Barclays, the mortgage department, and one of the things I've appreciated, even during the briefs in every site, is the place of professionals in this entire conversation. I think home ownership is not just a house. It's legal, it's finance, it's the place called home, and ultimately partnerships. And let me also point out and give credit to the property show organizers. If they didn't do it, you wouldn't know. So that creating visibility, there are different players in the whole conversation, and they guide and contribute to that big decision. Anyone who's thinking of buying a home, please, 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 do the bus tour. You won't regret. It is informative, it opens your eyes, and possibly also gives additional insights into what you think you know.
Imagine getting your legal questions answered from service charge, hygiene facilities, and management of a development from the comfort of a bus tour.
What is the difference between a development company and a management company? It is imperative to understand that a development company is the legal owner or the legal proprietor of that particular property where that development is taking place. And for a management company, it is the company that manages or is tasked with managing the common areas in the development. So the other question is, how do you become a member or a shareholder in the management company? Once you've bought a unit, it means that you've bought a share in the management company. But however, once you buy a share and the last share or the last unit has not been exhausted or has not been bought, then what you become a registered owner of that particular property. You become a shareholder in the management company once the last unit has been sold and the last lease has been registered. Then the management company takes over. And when it takes over, then it is the time that you effectively become a shareholder in the management company. The management company comes in to control, because in a development, there are common areas, for instance, like the gym, the swimming pools, the service lanes in the development. These all have to be taken care of. So the management company comes in to be able to service all these common areas, and through the members who will be contributing some amounts periodically to be able to cater for all the costs that arise from usage of these common areas. With regards to developments where the property does not have a sewer line, what they are supposed to do, they must get a license from NEMA, and they have to put in place a biodigester to minimize the flow of toxic substances into the aquatic system. And with regards to this license, it is with effect from 31st of January. The license is going to run for the periodic year of issue. Buying of property in Kenya should not be an afterthought. It should be a well calculated and deliberate action. This means you engage the professionals who are well versed with the transaction, that is the advocates and other people who will be able to move with you step by step so that you can be able to buy a property and which you will never regret at the end of it.
This is our second bus tour within the year, and it has been amazing, very successful, and we've had a great turnout, amazing number of people attending this bus tour. As Barclays Bank, we have a special mortgage rate, which is 11.5%. I would like to request all our mortgage customers to visit any of our branches countrywide and take advantage of this offer and make the right move.
Next, the accessory spot with tips on creating ideal balconies.
First, it's important to carry the design elements from the interiors to the balcony. Use print and designs as well as rugs from your indoor space to make it cozier. Pile on the textiles, elements made of outdoor fabrics like patterned rugs and plush cushions. This will make your balcony super comfortable. Secondly, create a specific purpose for your balcony. This makes objectives for designing the space clear and easier. If you need it to be a space where you can unwind after a long day, introduce a sofa or an armchair with a set of layering cushions. And remember to make it all-inclusive if you have a pet. Create a space for them too. The balcony is a great space to relax during the day, but even better at night. Introduce solar lighting. Select the lighting materials in beautiful designs and shapes, casting a magical glow.
The accessory spot is where we get tips on creating Zen spaces we can enjoy. Which spaces would you like our interior partners to tackle? Just drop us a line and we'll be delighted to shine a light on them. We are taking a short break. Coming up, a personal story for me on how Janice started her home ownership story and how it has now unfolded.
So at work, we had a cooperative, and if anyone is lucky to be employed to have a cooperative, that's the first thing to do, is start saving with your cooperative.
Plus more highlights captured at our signature bus tour. Don't go away, keep it Property Show.
water harvesting solution from Mabati Rolling Mills.
Welcome back. This is the Property Show. We are on the final lap of the Property Show signature bus tour. Next, a development that draws from the African culture, creating communities complete with natural greenery, spacious recreational areas, playgrounds and tuck shops. Here is more.
Edan Ville is located along Kiambu Road, easy access through Boma Road. What we have here around, we have 3 and 4 bedroom maisonettes. Mostly the 3 bedrooms are a bit few. We have quite a number of 4 bedrooms that we are selling. The 3 bedrooms are going for 18.45 and the 4 bedrooms are going for 19.95. That is if you're buying through cash. But if you're buying through mortgage, it's a different price. The amenities that we have here is ample parking, that is number 1. The houses come with solar, water heating. And then also we have a space that we've created for nursery school or a daycare that is going to come up. On the backside of Edan Ville, we have 2 acres of land that is specifically for sports center. We have connected water from the Kiambu County and also we have 2 boreholes on site. The main sewer line is connected also to Kiambu County. You look at it in terms of the finishes that we've done here. The whole place is a family-oriented place. And then look at it in terms of the investment, because I can say the first houses we were selling at them at around 12, and right now they're going at 18.45. Those are the 3 bedroom. So you look at them in terms of owner-occupier and then for investment.
The final stop along Kiambu Road is a master planned and controlled gated community of 2 and 3 bedroom apartments you can put your money on. The design of these units are well thought through with functional spaces and high quality finishes. Here is more.
Lifestyle Heights apartments consist of 2 and 3 bedroom deluxe and standard apartments. 3 bedroom deluxe apartments have a plinth area of 132 square meters, while the standard has a plinth area of 115 square meters, and the 2 bedroom deluxe apartment has plinth area of 100 square meters, and the standard has 81 square meters. This development comprises 472 units. It is conveniently located along Roiro Kiambu Road, 20 kilometers from Nairobi CBD. Accommodation features include a hardwood mahogany door that invites you to a spacious lounge fitted with large windows to allow in natural light. The mid-wall has special effect, setting it apart from the other walls, making it unique. An aluminum door seamlessly leads you to the beautifully tiled balcony, which can act as a chill spot for you and your family. The kitchen comes fitted with tiled walls which are accentuated with upper and lower cabinets which offer sufficient storage. While in the kitchen, there is a door which leads to Dobby area which is also fitted with well laid out tiles and a sink plus tub. The master bedroom is fitted with large windows that let in natural light. The spacious inbuilt cupboards provide a sufficient storage, a dressing counter. Given that it's en suite, the bathroom consists of a shower cubicle fitted with a range shower head system. The 2 bedrooms also consist of spacious inbuilt closets, complete with large windows. They share a common bathroom, which is fitted with tiles.
On this tour, we caught up with the homeowner looking for interior decor ideas. Let's hear whether he got his questions answered.
I'm a homeowner. So actually the purpose of this tour is to understand what the interior is, what does it cost, and actually the finishing of a house. I've picked some like the painting, the finishing at the washrooms, the bedrooms, the colors. Yeah, this is actually my first ever time to be at a bus tour in property show.
It's a fact, buying property is a long-term investment with guaranteed good returns in the long run. Next, the home ownership segment with a personal story for me on how Janice started her home ownership journey and how it has now unfolded.
Born and bred in Nairobi. I was lucky enough to grow up in Lavington and Kilimani, and then we moved to Karen. And my parents always owned their homes, but I also watched my mother and my dad as well. They were very open and clear about saying we need to have a home for where our children can live. And we saw them pursuing their goals and achieving those goals. So it really instilled in us that it's possible. They were also very, very clear that it's you. And the house that he bought and with his wife is his house. And they were expecting us to leave when we now finish school and start working. Of course, when you're young, you can't imagine that it's possible to own something. So one of the things that happened in my career as I was working is I had a very, very close knit of friends, and we started an investment group like most women do. And our goal was for all of us to be very clear about why we need to save. One of the very, very good friends was very strong in finance, and she taught me very, very good lessons on how to save and to be very deliberate about it. As a woman, you feel very empowered. You set a project, you make a goal, you decide, and then you go for it. But the most important thing is don't buy something that you can't afford, because then you get stressed at the end of the day. Don't buy something you can't afford to pay for, but also maintain. Because that's the other big bill that's coming, is you buy the house, and then now the roof has a problem, or you need to do the garden, and all these things cost money. And she taught me that it's very important not to buy for your friends, but to buy for you. So at work, we had a cooperative. And if anyone is lucky to be employed to have a cooperative, that's the first thing to do, is start saving with your cooperative, because they have the best interest rates. And that's what I did. I started saving because I wanted to buy a piece of land. And as I mentioned, for me, what I knew is that I couldn't afford at that time to buy anything more than 500,000 shillings. Because what I could save was adding up to borrowing 500,000 shillings. So instead of worrying about that, I decided to buy a piece of land. Everyone does that. You buy a piece of land first of all. A good friend of mine said, look, they were called mushivis those days. It's a long strip of land. Mushivi is a belt, a long skinny belt. So they're called mushivis in quotes. So that's what I did. And I said, instead of worrying about trying to buy a house in Karen, let me buy this piece of land. Then I'll know what I'll do about it later. Shortly, after saving again in the cooperative, I met the host of this show, Nancy. They were selling apartments. The apartments then were going for about 4.8. And I was like, this is so much money, what am I going to do? Then I realized that I didn't need to give them 4.5 million or 4.8 straight away. I needed money for the deposit. And so I was like, hey, I've got a plot, let me sell it. So straight away called the agent, got the cash for that, and borrowed the balance from the cooperative, and gave the balance to Nancy and the family of developers that were building. That was my first one. It's called Emerald. Emerald, yeah. So the second lesson is if you can't afford a 5-bedroom house and you like this neighborhood, buy the 3-bedroom. So they had 2-bedroom flats and 3 bedrooms and a beautiful penthouse. The penthouse was 7 million, and for me that was like going to heaven and coming back. Where am I going to find this money? The 2-bedroom was 4.8, so I decided to buy the 2-bedroom. But I still had the swimming pool and all the other amenities. You're still paying service charge. You still had a parking, and I was living in Kilimani, which was very nice at the time. There were fewer flats at the time, and it was near work. So identifying your needs, my need number one was to first stop paying rent. You can't afford to buy a house in Karen, but that doesn't mean you can't afford to buy a home. A home does not mean a big, huge mansion. A home is where you're not paying rent, but you own. And that's what I did. But what I loved about it is because I came in again when it was an X on the ground, I was able to work with them to now put in special things that I liked. So changing the floor to my design, changing the wall to my design, because the developer was so excited that I had come in as one of the first customers, that they were able to listen to you. So that was the beginning. So what I didn't mention is that I'm 54. And when I made the decision to buy the flat, I had said no more paying rent after 40. Like, that's going to be the worst thing ever. So as I sat in my apartment, now I'm 43, after a while I was like, am I going to be 50 sitting in this apartment? I'd like to have a dog. If I decide to have children, a 2-bedroom is actually too small, and I want to have a garden. So I started again, embarking. You get on the websites, you start looking at apartments or start looking at houses. I need to upgrade. And it's a feeling that just comes in your heart. I don't know where it comes from. It just comes because you want to have a better situation. So as I looked, I realized all the houses I loved were 30 million shillings. And I was like, my goodness, I'm back in the same situation I was in of how am I going to afford to do this? I'd finished paying for the apartment, by the way. Sorry, I didn't mention that. I'd finished paying for it, and I was debt free. So again, the same thing. So I looked and looked. Then I found a maisonette in Westlands, and I fell in love with it. It was a 2-bedroom up and down, and it had you either had a garden or you had a rooftop garden. And I fell in love with the one that had a garden. And it was in Westlands, and I thought, perfect, this is perfect. Paid the deposit. Then when the paperwork started, they didn't have title deeds. And I sat and I was like, what? How are you selling without a title deed? And there was no intention of quickly getting the title deed. And they were very calm about it. They kept saying, but everybody, you're not the first buyer, by the way. The guy who's selling also didn't have a title deed. And I was like, oof, I'm very uncomfortable with that. And they just said, look, don't panic. If you don't like it, we'll give you back the deposit. The next one I looked at, everything is 30, 25. I'm like, I can't afford that. I actually can't afford to spend that money. Then one day I sat and I said, I'm sitting on an apartment that I bought. Why don't I just sell the apartment and then I'll have enough money to deposit and buy? So when I called and I said, give me an evaluation, I was so shocked. It had doubled. Those are the old days when property was shooting up. I said, what? I said, okay, put it on the market, sell. Sell. It sold within a week. I remember I have not found a house. So what I decided is fine. It takes time for an apartment to sell, the actual paperwork and everything. So I then said, fine, let me continue looking. So now you've sold my house, I now need somewhere to live. So I then decided to rent, which is something very interesting because I had come from, I'm never going to rent. But I thought, but you have a good deposit. You're blessed to have a job where you can get access to credit. What's wrong with renting? So I rented for about 6 months, and then I found this place.
Our takeaways from this story: first, we must set clear goals and follow through. Secondly, we must invest in a project we can afford and grow from there. Thirdly, follow your gut. If you're not comfortable with anything, don't make a move. you're looking to start your home ownership journey or even just understand the real estate dynamics, the Property Show Signature Bus Tour should be your first port of call. In the comfort of the bus, you get interactive step-by-step guide from legal and home loan specialists whilst interacting with developers and peers looking to start the journey. Thank you for watching The Property Show. Next week, we explore a project that ticks all the boxes from location, pricing and design, Bandari Apartments. That's it for today. This conversation continues on our social media handles. As always, there is something for everyone. Kwaheri.